Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. It's time once again to look back at the past weekend. All the action, all the talking points, and of course my predictions from Friday's video. We will not be discussing the British Touring Cars finale in this video. I already talked about it in its own video, which you should go watch after this. From the past weekend, we will be looking at the final round of the Intercontinental GT Challenge and the 8 hours of Indianapolis, NASCAR from Talladega, Nitro Cross from Utah, Stock Car Brazil from Argentina, Euro Cup 3 from Jerez, and the final round of Euro 4 from Monza. So with all that to get into, make sure you subscribe and let's jump into the video.
Moving on to the Intercontinental GT Challenge and the 8 hours of Indianapolis. I don't really know how to predict this one. GT World Challenge America is also coming to an end in the same race, both sharing the same stage. I think we'll see a win for the Lone Star Mercedes team with IndyCar champion Alex Palou, alongside DTM race winner Lucas Stoltz and experienced GT racer Fabian Schiller. They're not competing for overall championship glory, so they can go out and enjoy themselves, no pressure whatsoever. But Charles Wirtz will be the sole winner of the Intercontinental GT Challenge.
The Intercontinental GT Challenge was coming to an end for 2024 alongside the GT North America Championship at the 8 hours of Indianapolis. A few different cars were able to win the Intercontinental Championship, so this was going to be a difficult one to call. The first thing I would like to say is we need to see the Acura Honda NSX GT racer in more international championships. That is a good looking car. It took nearly an hour to get our first safety car. The Flying Lizard BMW got a nudge into the gravel. Patrick Niederhauser led early on from Sheldon van der Linde as everyone took the opportunity to pit under the safety car. It looked like it was going to be a dominant display for BMW as they had 3 cars in the top 4 for the entire first half of the race until Conor Daly broke down from 4th and brought out the safety car, meaning the leading gaps were closed back up. Wright Motorsport crossed the line first, but it was Team WRT that took the win of the race and the Intercontinental Challenge. This was a pretty dull 8 hours. 23 GT cars is not really a big enough field for this sort of thing. I got the race winner and the championship winner wrong, so very quickly, moving on.
So to make it interesting, let's go for a big shock win for Daniel Suarez. That sees him move safely into the final 8. The playoff contenders have had it rough over the last few races. Half of them didn't even finish in the top 10 in Kansas. Maybe that will continue and we'll see some big names like Kyle Larson and Joey Logano have a shocking weekend. That puts them in a bit of jeopardy at the final round of 12 race.
NASCAR was at Talladega. I said Daniel Suarez was going to win. He got a penalty and then crashed early on. I am truly cursed. We had a massive crash at the end of stage 2 with Ryan Blaney and Ross Chastain hitting the wall and each other and several others. And then there was the really big crash with 5 to go that took out the majority of the field, including several playoff drivers. That shook things up nicely. 3 laps of overtime, no more crashes, and a win for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Kyle Larson and William Byron were the best of the playoff runners. Next up is the Roval at Charlotte, where we will lose 4 more playoff drivers.
Nitro Cross is in Utah, 2 more rounds of small rallycross fields, electric cars, and big jumps. There are 4 good drivers in the field, and 2 of those will take wins. Robin Larson will take the championship lead, and Fraser McConnell will be right there as well. I've kind of fallen out of love with this series. It was great in Season 1, but now it's just another really sad rallycross championship.
Nitro Cross and 2 rounds from Utah, pretty normal results from the early rounds on day 1. The final was a pretty good race, some bumping between Ollie Eriksson and Fraser McConnell. That cost both drivers time. A first Nitro Cross win for Andreas Backerud, and he would make it 2 in a row on day 2. Not much to say about these events except the end of Final 2. Robin Larson and Conor Martel were side by side going into the last corner. Contact led to Martel hitting the wall hard. Laia Block drove into him, but still managed to finish 5th. It was a nasty incident. Martel was alright, but it was a hard crash. Personally, I don't think Robin Larson was at fault. It was just 2 hard chargers meeting in the same place at the same time. Not the way we wanted Nitro Cross to end in Utah. Robin Larson leads after 2 rounds.
Over in South America, the Brazilian Stock Car Pro Series is on holiday in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The championship is really close and it will get closer in Argentina. A win for Ricardo Zonta that will take him into title contention, and a win for Cesar Ramos. He's further down in the championship, but he has won a race in 2024. But he's not going to be champion. He is experienced, but he's never been a top driver.
Stock Car Brazil was taking a trip to Argentina for 2 races at Buenos Aires. Dudu Barrichello, son of Ruben, has been a championship contender for a while now, but a bad qualifying followed by a spin put all his hard work in jeopardy. Whilst championship leader Felipe Baptista was also in trouble, his suspension collapsed and he was also out. Later in the race, Julio Campos and Thiago Camilo would come to blows, and that was another couple of title contenders out of the race. Arthur Lest took the win, which I believe would have been his first if he wasn't penalised, and Daniel Serra handed the win. Race 2 was not as interesting, a win for Gabriel Casagrande, but he had to do it the hard way against Thiago Camilo, a really good battle to the end of the race. Casagrande only got past on the last lap. That leaves the championship wide open with only 3 rounds left to go, the next of which is in Uruguay.
Finally, we have a couple of junior single-seater championships to look at. For the penultimate round of Euro Cup 3 from Jerez, only 5 drivers can still win the championship. It's been a close battle between Christian Ho, Bruno Del Pino and Javier Segura all year, with Owen Tangavelu and Valentin Cluse hanging on. Javier Segura has won 3 of the last 4 to start to pull away, and can steal the championship with a good weekend if his rivals suffer some kind of fate. Javier Segura will take 1 win, and Bruno Del Pino will take 1 win. It'll be enough for Del Pino to have a slim chance of winning the championship, but Javier Segura has all but sealed this one.
Euro Cup 3 was having its penultimate round in Jerez, Spain. Bruno Del Pino stalled on the line, and with it his title hopes have also stalled. Boring race. Christian Ho won by nearly 10 seconds from Javier Segura. Michael Shin was another 10 seconds back, so the gaps were ridiculous. Ho versus Segura for the final 3 races, but how would it play out in the second race at Jerez? Much in the favour of Segura, actually. Bruno Del Pino got something from the weekend with a win ahead of Segura, but Christian Ho was all the way back in 6th, and so Javier Segura was the big winner of the weekend. Theo Jensen was the only really damaged car this weekend, so the kindest thing I can say about this series is the driving standard is pretty high. Segura has a 28-point lead, but Christian Ho and Bruno Del Pino can still win the title. Only 1 round left to go in a couple of weeks' time. Can Javier Segura hold on, or will Christian Ho or Del Pino usurp him?
We also have the final 3 races of Euro 4 from Monza. Freddie Slater won all 3 races last time out, but was penalised in race 3. He has to be the favourite, so 1 win for Slater, 1 for his teammate Thomas Stolkemanis, and 1 for Akshay Bora. But it'll be Freddie Slater winning another championship in his very young career.
Finally, let's take a look at the final rounds of Euro 4 from Monza. We had 3 races in all, and the question on everyone's mind was, could Freddie Slater win another championship? The first lap of the first race was absolute carnage. Jean-Marc Pradel got launched into the air at turn 1, while several more drivers got turned around later on in the lap. Not surprisingly, there was a safety car. After the restart, we went into full drama alert. Championship leader Freddie Slater spun all on his own and dropped down the field. And then pole sitter Maxime Rem ended up in the gravel somehow. At the restart, we got more carnage. David Larini got turned around and stranded at the first corner, whilst the leaders all went straight over a chicane. Others went off as well, so we got a safety car finish and a first win for Mercedes Junior Alex Powell, with Axel Bora in second, taking the championship lead. Race 2 has its selection of incidents, but was never going to live up to race 1. Entertaining battle all race between eventual race winner Kei Nakamura-Berta and Axel Bora, who extended his championship lead further. The final race of the championship was the decider. Unfortunately, it wasn't much of one. Freddie Slater retired, and that meant Axel Bora was champion. Not much happened after that. We got a late safety car for Bianca Bustamante, who had gone off backwards. A long safety car meant we only had 1 lap sprint to the end, and it was Maxime Rem who took the final Euro 4 checkered flag for 2024, but Indian driver Akshay Bora is champion. Freddie Slater is unlucky not to win his 3rd championship for 2024, but both drivers have shown enough to get, at the very least, a Formula Regional European drive for 2025. So that was all the action from the past weekend. New champions were crowned with Jake Hill, Axel Bora and Charles Weerts, all winning their respective championships. My race of the weekend would have to be the first British Touring Car race at Brands Hatch, closely followed by the first Euro 4 race at Monza. Everything else was okay at best. Next weekend is another busy one. The Bathurst 1000 is the highlight of the schedule, but we also have the Petit Le Mans from the IMSA, which finishes that championship up for 2024. NASCAR with the Roval from Charlotte. Super Formula is at Fuji. The final round of TCR UK from Silverstone, and the end of World Rally Raid Championship in Morocco. So with all that to come, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on this A-grade quality content. Leave your thoughts down below. What was your race of the weekend? Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.